Peter Obi seems to be playing a sophisticated game of political chess to Bola Ahmed Tinubu ahead of the 2027 presidential election. I think what happened to Labour Party after the last election has given Mr. Peter Obi an insight on how to play politics in Nigeria. As it stands now, not even Mr. Peter Obi's supporters, the Obedience Movement, knows the political platform he's going to contest in 2027 presidential election. All they know is that Mr. Peter Obi will contest the 2027 presidential election. The Obedient Movement seems to be following him blindly, and I love what they are doing because they are not giving the opposition an opportunity to predict Mr. Peter Obi's next move. There is a by-election on 16th of August, which is on Saturday, due to the internal crisis in the Labour Party. INEC did not recognize the list that was submitted by Julius Abure National Working Committee. So what this means is that Labour Party will not field any candidate in the Saturday 16th by-election. This by-election is going to take place in the 16th state of the Federation with 2 senatorial, 5 federal House of Representatives and 9 state assembly seats available for voting. But due to the crisis in the Labour Party, no Labour Party candidate will be participating in this by-election. Julius Abure has taken INEC to court, but we'll come to that later. In the view that Labour Party will not be fielding any candidate in the by-election, Mr. Peter Obi has asked his supporters, the Obedience Movement, and all willing Nigerians to throw their support behind any ADC candidate in the by-election. Now, this is what he wrote on his official X account. On the 16th of August 2025, Nigerians will go to the polling unit again for the by-elections. This is expected to take place in the 16 states of the Federation with 2 senatorial, 5 federal House of Representatives, and 9 state assembly seats available for voting. Kindly note that because the Labour Party has no recognized candidate by INEC due to the internal crisis, I humbly urge every member of Obedient and the Cobden families to go out and vote for the coalition political party, African Democratic Congress ADC, in their respective states. The struggle for Nigeria has started. Thank you, PO. Mr. Peter Obi mentioned a crisis in the Labour Party being the reason why Labour Party has no candidate for the by-election. INEC has officially de-recognized Julius Abure as the chairman of the Labour Party. Julius Abure has once again taken INEC to court, and the Federal High Court has given a ruling saying that Julius Abure's tenure has elapsed. And of course, the Supreme Court has ruled that the court does not have any right, any jurisdiction to adjudicate concerning internal democracies in political party. Ninadi Usman, the caretaker committee chairperson of the Labour Party, has welcomed the judgment of the Federal High Court. Now, it all seems that Peter Obi has finally gotten hold of the structure of the Labour Party. He now has access to the Labour Party. It means that Peter Obi is free to contest as the presidential candidate of the Labour Party. Why then is Peter Obi campaigning for ADC candidate? Peter Obi should focus on building the Labour Party ahead of the 2027 presidential election. I mean, this is what many people will be saying. But what Peter Obi is doing right now is a political game of chess. Peter Obi is confusing his political opponent. He doesn't want to give them an idea of the political platform he's going to run for. Peter Obi is the biggest threat to Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And they understood that was the reason why they did everything possible to destabilize the Labour Party. They thought by destabilizing the Labour Party, they are going to keep Mr. Peter Obi off 2027 presidential election. But so far, Peter Obi has identified with the ADC and is campaigning for ADC candidate. And there is PDP that is cutting Mr. Peter Obi to come back to the PDP and run as a presidential candidate. And then there is Labour Party. All these are areas of confusion to Bola Ahmed Tinubu. He doesn't know which political party he is going to destabilize. Mr. Peter Obi's political strategy for 2027 is a calculated effort to keep Tinubu and the APC off balance. By aligning himself with multiple political platforms while maintaining his base, the Obedient Movement, Peter Obi is creating a complex puzzle that the ruling party will struggle to solve. His moves are deliberate, while he is also leveraging his popularity, credibility, and the loyalty of his Obedient Movement to maintain momentum while sowing confusion among his rivals. Recall that in July 2025, Peter Obi joined forces with former Vice President Atiku Abubakar and other opposition heavyweights, including former APC stalwart like Malam Nasir El-Rufai, Rotimi Amechi, former Sokoto State Governor Aminu Tambuwal, and other opposition politicians. Together, they unveiled the African Democratic Congress (ADC) as a platform for a united opposition coalition aimed at unseating Bola Ahmed Tinubu in 2027. This move was a bold opening play. The ADC, a relatively minor political party, has been transformed overnight into a formidable force with the inclusion of high-profile figures like former Senate President David Mark as interim chairman and Rauf Aregbesola as interim secretary. Mr. Peter Obi's involvement in the coalition signaled his willingness to collaborate with other opposition leaders to consolidate votes, a lesson he learned from the 2023 election, where a divided opposition allowed Bola Ahmed Tinubu to win with just 37% of the vote. Despite being openly seen in the grand unveiling of the ADC, Peter Obi came out openly to declare that he is still a member of the Labour Party. Peter Obi's statement shows that his participation in the ADC coalition was not a full commitment. Even the interim chairman David Mark has warned members of the ADC-led coalition to desist from playing anti-party activities, else they will be expelled out from the party. They have used several forums to try to coerce Mr. Peter Obi to fully commit himself to the ADC, but Mr. Peter Obi has been adamant, going from the Labour Party to the PDP and now the ADC. Peter Obi has publicly emphasized that the coalition was a collective effort to provide competent and compassionate leadership for Nigeria. Obi has kept his options open. His statement, "No one group can change Nigeria alone," to dismantle the structure that keeps our people in poverty and insecurity. Mr. Peter Obi's ambiguity is keeping the APC and Bola Ahmed Tinubu guessing whether Obi will fully commit to the ADC or use it as a bargaining chip to strengthen his position elsewhere. Coming out to declare full support for the ADC candidate that will be participating in the by-election is a real headache to APC and Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Adding another layer to his strategy, Mr. Peter Obi has kept the door open to the People's Democratic Party, the PDP, which recently expressed interest in bringing him back as his presidential candidate for 2027. Aside playing a game of chess to Bola Ahmed Tinubu and the APC, Mr. Peter Obi is showing the ADC-led coalition his popularity and influence. None of the politicians in the ADC-led coalition that are vying for the presidential ticket in the ADC have been able to endorse or campaign for the ADC candidate in the by-election. Not Atiku Abubakar, not Rotimi Amechi. This shows that Mr. Peter Obi is different from every one of them. Mr. Peter Obi is looking at actual governance, while Atiku Abubakar, Rotimi Amechi, and other politicians that may be vying for the ADC presidential ticket are looking at winning an election. All they care about is to grab the party ticket. All they want to do is to be on the ballot. They don't care about the outcome of the election. They don't even care about the outcome of the governance if they finally win an election. And Mr. Peter Obi has made it known that what we should be focused about is the formation of a government, not just the formation of a political party. In 2015, when APC was formed, they were all interested in winning an election, and they won that election, but they failed woefully in actual governance. They prepared for an election, not for governance. That's the reason why they succeeded in winning an election, but they failed in delivering the key dividends of democracy to the people. Mr. Peter Obi has emphasized that he doesn't want ADC-led coalition to be the same way like APC. That's the reason why he said that if actually the purpose of this election or the formation of ADC is to grab power, that he is not interested in it. Mr. Peter Obi is not just speaking, he is walking the talk. That is the reason why he is campaigning for the ADC candidate, even when he is yet to fully commit himself into ADC, even when he is fully yet to get the party ticket. Whereas Atiku Abubakar and Rotimi Amechi, that have been parading themselves as the ideal people to clinch the ADC presidential ticket, that have been calling for the primaries, they are not even doing anything to show that they are ready and prepared for governance. It all shows that all they want is an election, to be on the ballot, to get the presidential ticket. Whether the outcome will favor Nigerians is not their business. This is the reason why Mr. Peter Obi is different from this lot. So Mr. Peter Obi is saying, if you don't want what happened to APC to happen to the ADC, give me the presidential ticket. I am prepared not just for an election, but for governance. So while Mr. Peter Obi is playing a political game of chase to Bola Ahmed Tinubu and the APC, he's equally advertising himself to the ADC-led coalition as the best and the ideal presidential candidate in 2027. Peter Obi's strategy is a high-stake gamble that could reshape Nigerian political landscape. By positioning himself as a central figure in the ADC coalition, the Labour Party, and potentially the PDP, Peter Obi is ensuring that he remains the opposition's most prominent figure. His ability to maintain the loyalty of the obedient movement, coupled with his appeal to young voters and disaffected urban populations, makes him a formidable threat to Bola Ahmed Tinubu. The ADC-led coalition in particular has the potential to replicate the 2015 APC merger that ousted the PDP and Goodluck Ebele Jonathan. But its success will depend on resolving internal dynamics such as the choice of his presidential candidate. While Peter Obi is keeping Bola Ahmed Tinubu and the APC busy, making them to fight wars in different fronts, he is giving the ADC a food for thought, which is, make me the presidential candidate and I will win the election. Not only will I win the election, I will ensure that I form real governance. I will ensure that I crest the name ADC in the mind and heart of Nigerians, the same way I crested APGA in the mind and heart of Anambarians. But if you fail to give me the presidential ticket, I can joyfully go back to my crisis-free Labour Party. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video.